Cold open start for the Real Life podcast. A little quick little emergency edition of the show as we are live from down in Florida. It is a busy game day for us today, so we're buzzing around a little bit.
We're buzzing. We're running on a very tight schedule.
Very tight, very sweaty.
We had a weather delay.
Mm-hmm.
It was pouring and lightning.
Fort Lauderdale currently under flood watch.
Is it still raining outside?
I don't know.
That's
I could almost get up and look. But.
It's the oil spill coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was crazy driving in here, but it looks like it's starting to clear up a little bit outside. But when it rains here, it really
man,
rains.
the skies open up and just dump.
Yeah. All right, let's not even waste any time, boys. Let's get right into this stuff. Let's kick it off with a little keep it or cut it for our friends over at Great Clips. More than 4,400 hair salons throughout the United States and Canada. It is the world's largest hair salon brand. Their services include haircuts for men, women, and children. They really can do it all. Oh, someone go let in Lehman. And with the Great Clips check-in app, your time is valuable. Check in, get your haircut when you want. Visit them online at greatclips.com. Keep or cut. Gentlemen, are you keeping or cutting the lineup changes that the Oilers are making ahead of tonight? And I know we spent some time talking about it on Oilers Nation every day, obviously. Frank seemed kind of split on it, which I thought was weird. I'm keeping it all the way. I think it's time for Ceci to come out. It had to happen.
I mean, yeah.
It's risky. It's a risky bet.
It is a risky bet. And, Nobby's been doing this. He did a bunch in the Dallas series. It kind of blew our minds, but it just goes back to him not wanting to get into a physical altercation, and altercation's the wrong term, but a situation against Sam Bennett, which
he just got out battled.
I don't even know if it was a battle. It was just more like, here you go, sir.
That he gave him a clear path to the puck when he had the line on it, and that was ultimately what was frustrating.
Just go take that puck, take the hit, and that goal doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. The one thing that does worry me a little bit is the Evander Kane situation. And I think it was Spectre who had some tweet where he said Kane's walking the line between being courageous and ineffective, where you're so banged up, but you want to keep playing through it. But when you're out there, you're just not doing a lot of good. And to Kane's credit, I didn't think he was terrible in game one.
And he was physical.
And he was physical for a guy who's banged up.
He was going after Tkachuk, which we want.
He threw a big hit at Bennett.
If we had the goal scoring side of Evander Kane at his best, how different do you feel about this series, right?
Oh, it's a different animal.
Oh, it helps. Yeah, it certainly helps. We could have used some goal scoring last game.
From literally anyone, though.
Yeah. It literally just one goal last game would have helped. It almost in a weird way, and I don't remember if we were talking about this as a group yesterday or not, but them not scoring, I don't know why, but it was a weird cloud over the game. When the next day I was sitting there trying to remember points in the game, and usually I guess I kind of use the goals as the benchmarks from there, but I don't know, I had weird vibes coming out of game one. It felt like that game flew by because of the lack of scoring. And we didn't have an Oilers goal. It just kept being okay, they got time to score. And then it was you blink and there was holy shit, there's 4 minutes left in the third period. They no longer have time to score. It's over.
Yeah, it's funny how it works. And when they're up, you're like, oh, okay, I just want the game to end. And then it feels like it moves forever. Yeah, it's funny, that perspective for sure.
Yeah, it was not great. Second keep it or cut it I got for you guys is Panthers fans. We keeping them or are we cutting them?
We're keeping them.
Well, I mean,
cut them.
Cut them, yeah.
Screw off.
Cut the team.
I hope your team loses. But as humans, keep them.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, I thought they were all
One of them was teaching me a little Spanish after the game.
Really?
Yeah.
What were they teaching you?
You think I can remember that? No.
I remember, yeah, it was explicit.
Yeah, he just told me to pick my spots, is what he said.
Was he angry with you?
No. He was great.
He was teaching me swear words, as you do. Anytime you learn another language, you learn curse words.
Start there first, and then build your vocab around it.
The base layer.
Yeah.
Base layer. There you go. Those are the two keep it or cut it's that I had for our friends over at Great Clips. Excited to have them on board for this playoff run.
I just want you to know that right now, currently, pee-pee is trending.
What?
Pee-pee. Figured about like that since you took your first piss in the ocean.
That's a nice segue.
Yeah, we're gonna get right into that.
We only have 20 minutes.
Yeah,
we really don't have a lot of time. So yesterday we went out on a boat with Frank and his family.
Captain Frank.
Lovely.
Very nice of him to invite us out on that.
Very nice.
It was a great day.
He had a cooler full of beverages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We brought more beverages.
We did. We got some leftovers for our pregame shenanigans today as well.
Just dudes being dudes, throwing a ball around in the water.
It's the best.
Yeah.
We had one of those. Frank's son had one of those balls that like floats but can also skip on the water.
Yep.
And we were ripping that thing around. And the cool thing is you just got off the boat in like this little sand duney area, and like the water would go up to your hip. The water was warm.
Water
very,
was
very
so warm.
I am not someone who likes being cold, but you were warmer in the water than you were out
It
of
was
the water.
bath water.
It was
Mhm.
very, very warm.
You know, some people
Cool
sell
spot
their bath
too, though.
water.
Okay. Are you some people?
No. And then
Would you like to sell bath water?
if there was a market for it,
You
Okay.
just said there is.
I don't know about for me.
I just thought the whole spot was cool because you looked around and
Yeah.
there was like little
Email Tyler at thenationnetwork.com if you want some of his bath
Yeah,
water.
he'll sell you some bath water. But like there was a cool boat that just had like it was basically a swim up bar boat style.
Yeah.
They had a restaurant. You could make orders from your boat and they would deliver it to you. It's a really neat spot.
It was really, really cool.
Surrounded by mansions.
Oh,
Oh,
it was insane. Yeah, it was insane. So we're
one of the houses had a gold staircase up to like a mini kind of lighthouse, and apparently that guy owned Blockbuster or started Blockbuster.
Yeah.
We also
the
drove
good
past the
times.
guy who used to own the Miami Dolphins house or
Yeah.
something like that.
I
Frank
think
said.
it's the same guy.
Yeah, same guy. Blockbuster Dolphins gives.
Oh, okay. Same guy.
But yeah, he used to own the Dolphins too. That's actually probably what I should have said instead of started Blockbuster. But
Well,
there were some shacks.
culturally relevant.
Mm.
There were some absolute shacks out there. It was
And yachts.
Oh my God, we must have saw like, well, I said like 30 billion. Must have been $100 billion worth of boats.
There was just so many yachts that were massive, like
Massive.
Some of them
massive,
looked like
massive.
tanks on water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like we probably
Spaceship.
over like 100+ footer yachts. We probably saw 100 of them.
Oh, easy.
It was like every house had a yacht. It was wild. It's
Even the
it's
small,
a lifestyle.
Yeah, even the small boats were gigantic.
Yeah, and like some of those ones that maybe weren't as big, but were just like so bougie and all the stuff they had on.
On
it.
the
It's
way
crazy.
back from the sand dune, Frank took us through like this canal system,
Mhm.
and it was just fascinating to see the houses and just the boats, and just a really cool way to get back into Fort Lauderdale.
I thought because it took us so long. We went so far. I thought we were in Miami.
Yeah,
But you're
we were
really
out
just
there.
winding.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. So we're actually like 8 minutes from the hotel, which was kind of funny.
Which is good though. So yeah, time on the boat was good. And then when we were out there, obviously we're drinking a lot. And okay, keep in mind, this is not a pool. This is a very large body of water. But Frank had the line of there are two types of people in the world. There are people who pee in the pool and there are liars. I don't know if it's how I was raised. Pissing in the pool is gross.
So,
So
yes, go ahead.
I said I'm 2 levels of peeing in the pool guy. If I'm just at a pool, I get out. But if I'm at a swim up bar, different situation.
And I know like generally pools are like disgusting and they have chemicals to help with that. And people always have all kinds of stuff on them, which is not fun to think about, which I try to just block from my brain. But I've always operated under the thinking that most people in the world are like me and just don't do that.
Well, let's just remove the pool conversation. You're now in a enormous body of water.
So
You are in
now
the
we're
ocean.
back
And
to
so
what we
your pool, you're bringing your pool laurels into a massive
Yeah.
body of water.
Pool logic doesn't apply in the
And
ocean.
to quote Frank's daughter, do you know fish pee in there?
It's true. They do.
do fish pee?
Do you know
Yeah, they
that?
have to.
That's why the ocean's so warm.
That was her logic.
That
Yeah.
was, and it
And
was
it made
very
sense.
warm at the time. Sound,
Mhm.
very sound.
I can't
So
disprove it.
Tyler's sitting here. I'm not going to say how many drinks you had, but you had a few.
Yeah.
Like-
Maybe 16 to 20.
Maybe on the
Yeah,
high
it was-
side, but maybe north of 6.
North of 6 is.
And you were
probably,
like
yeah.
bursting.
And he's holding in his piss.
So then you guys convinced me to. I've never done it before.
it was exhilarating.
You worked up the courage because you're sitting on the boat that you're
I
going to
was
go
also
and do
wearing
this,
White shorts.
which is irrelevant.
Well, yeah, now I know it is, but
You're in the water.
be gentle with
So
it.
then he goes out. So he goes out in the water and just to watch him go through the motions to convince his body to just let it happen.
You guys all watched. That was real sicko stuff.
Well, you were kind of like a toddler in the sense that you just kind of froze in motion.
Yeah, you froze.
So you kind of knew what was happening.
Mhm.
And then you're like, I'm doing it.
And then I wanted to pee in the water and I started chasing you.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. But I will say that piss, as good as it was, very interesting feeling. As good as that was, not my favorite piss of the day.
Was it off the back of the boat?
Off the back of the boat when we were ripping through the canals.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That was a good one.
That was
good.
liberating.
Yeah. Mhm.
That was very, very good.
I think, to quote Bag Milk, I think this is what freedom feels like.
That is what freedom feels
yeah,
like.
America.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it was good. And then the other thing that happened that needs to be noted about when we're in the sandbar is this other neighboring boat,
Yes.
and it had 2 flags of it. And
Mhm.
there's one gentleman that helped us all get through COVID.
One gentleman that helped us all stop opening our friends'
Yes.
emails.
His name is
Especially if they're from San Francisco Chronicle.
his name is Wood.
Is that
And
actually his name?
yes, a stage name maybe, and he lives up to the name.
Mm.
This guy had a flag of wood just flapping in the wind. So I went up to him to go take a photo of it, and he asked me to Venmo him $5. I said I can't because I'm Canadian. And then he goes, "Wait a minute, you're here for the hockey. You can't take a photo." And then we hammered it out a little bit, and they let me take a photo of Wood, and we all went our merry way. And then when he buckled up and went and drifted off when he was done his day, he said, like, "Oilers suck, go Panthers," which I fully respected.
That's what you got to do. You got to protect your home turf. I get it.
Mhm.
Or home water.
Yeah, and he's got Wood by his side.
It's a tripod.
It was amazing.
Are you guys surprised at like how many Panthers flags and stuff we've seen down here? It actually feels like the public support for them is pretty significant.
Well, this would be the city that supports the team the most, right? Given like Fort Lauderdale being right the closest city.
Proximity
Yeah.
to Sunrise.
So like you go down that main strip in Fort Lauderdale, like where all the restaurants are, like away from the beach, like they're downtown, like there was flags and like street sign stuff all over the place. And then on the boats, we saw them hanging off of people's houses and stuff like that. So yeah, no, there's definitely a fan base here.
Vibes are good. Vibes are good in the city.
Yeah.
A lot of
it-
Oilers
it-
fans down here too. That also be noted
Oh,
that.
it's the best. Oilers fans traveled well for this one.
We went to a bar called the Yard House before game 1. And when we walked in, we kind of got there a little bit late just because we were busy. But when we walked in, it was an Oilers bar.
Mhm.
No doubt. The people working there had Panthers t-shirts on, but that was an Oilers bar.
Oilers fans showed up. We saw our boy Trent Wilhock from Wilhock Beef Jerky,
Sure
Alberta's
did.
#1 beef jerky company, WilhockBeefJerky.com. And I loved seeing him down here. He's always fired up. And then we see him. We basically did an intermission show with Trent every intermission.
Oh yeah, it was a big debrief. He's got takes. It's good.
The only sadness was that he didn't have beef jerky with him.
That's the one thing the people of Florida don't have.
Yeah.
Is Wilhock beef jerky, and they are missing out.
This morning, I would have crushed a whole bag.
Oh, last night I would have crushed a whole bag.
I haven't eaten yet today. All I've had today is a 7-Eleven coffee and the complimentary orange juice that the NHL gave me at the rink.
Okay, so I know we talked about somewhere else with Frank. I looked on the map. There's no one on the beach. There's only one place and one place only we're going. The Cantina.
So we're not doing the La Bamba place?
Because it's not what I thought it was on the beach.
Oh, it's not? It's like far away?
No, it's like, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's the wrong
Cantina.
direction.
I'm gonna murder a cantina lunch. I cannot wait. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
I murdered a delicious croissant from a really nice little cafe down the street from our hotel.
Mhm.
Sounds lovely.
I had their breakfast sandwich with these delicious rosemary potatoes, and their coffee was legit.
Fantastic.
That sounds good.
It was the reverse. Yesterday, I mean, these trips are tough because you kind of eat like shit always.
Yes.
You just find food when you can.
I keep saying on every playoff trip, I'm just gonna eat nothing but salads.
Yep.
Then we go to this nice restaurant last night, and I
great.
had the option to order the salad, and I didn't do it, and I woke up myself so mad at myself.
I did get the salad and it was lovely.
Yeah.
That what was the oyster place we went to last night?
Coconuts.
Coconuts. Liam was the only one who actually had the coconuts shrimp. But he said it was very, very good, and he said the fries were good too. I'm usually not a seafood guy, but we had an order of
Shocker.
Okay.
We got to get back on Tyler Tries.
Tyler did try. Oh, Tyler tried peeing in the water.
Yeah, I tried peeing in the water. It was cool. I tried a crab claw.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you've ever had a crab claw?
I think so.
It's tasty.
Like
They're
I've dabbled
delightful.
in seafood before. Man, was that ever good?
And that melted butter sauce.
Oh, and you just take
The
the
garlic butter with the bread.
and then back to true Tyler fashion. What meal did I get? The glorified mac and cheese.
Yeah.
What did
And
they
I
call it
backed
though? They call. Oh yeah, you had it too. I guess. So I don't feel
Oh.
too childish.
Yeah, they're just a
was
fancy way
delicious.
of describing mac and cheese.
Yeah, they were like, it's the Super Bowl.
Oh, it was called
No,
the Comfort Bowl,
yeah,
which
Comfort
makes
Bowl.
no sense. Well, I guess because it's like comfort food.
Yeah.
And Jay and I crushed all the oysters available.
Oh, so
You guys literally, they had like different types of oysters. I don't really understand how oysters work. And the waitress came over and was like, and you guys were like, yep, every one of them.
Yeah.
They're like, what? All like that's
All
like
over the map.
This many? And you're like, yep, eating them.
Nice
you guys
bottle of
did-
red.
Nice
Yeah.
bottle of red.
You guys
Hashtag red wine lifestyle.
Lit a bottle of red. And then we went out to the beach, had our frozen custard on the beach. I know we talked about this on Owen every day, but we sat on the beach and we just watched the waves come in for a little bit. And then we heard behind us from the elbow room, "Let's go Oilers."
If you don't know what the elbow room is, it's just
It's
like,
the bar
it's
in Fort
the bar.
Lauderdale.
The bar.
It's
So-
a dump, but it's like
like
an amazing
before
dump.
we got down here, Tyler goes, "We're right next to the elbow bar. What's it called? The elbow
Elbow
room."
room, yeah.
And he goes, "You're gonna love it." So I'm like, "Okay, I like a dive bar." And then you walk in there, I'm like, "This is my place."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a magic.
So when we went in there last night, first off, so it's "Let's go Oilers" chanting. We had told ourselves it's ice cream and it's to bed tonight.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then that quickly changed to like, we could like one. Like if they're
Just a
chanting "Let's
cheeky
go
one.
Oilers," like let's go have one.
Yeah.
Our people are clearly in there. We went in there. A bunch of the Oilers' parents were in there, which was cool to see them all kind of hanging out and interacting and singing along to the music and whatnot. Also, Igor Shesterkin was in there,
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
which was very confusing. His team was eliminated last round
by Florida.
by Florida. So did he just stay?
It's like they lost and he just never went back home.
He was like, he missed the flight and he's still just like, I can't get out of here.
I get it.
That'll happen.
I get it. It's cool down here.
Yep. So went into the elbow room and I was gassed yesterday. Like usually I'm the guy who, let's have one more. And I was so ready to pull the pin on the night. I was totally wiped, but you two kind of wanted to keep rolling. You were starting to get your wind.
In hindsight, I'm glad we did what we did, but
Mhm.
man, in the moment, I wanted to party.
In the moment, I would have been there till 3 a.m. without a doubt. But I'm grateful I wasn't today
Yeah,
because I had stuff to do.
yeah. I had a horrific sleep and woke up feeling like crap.
I slept like shit too.
The good news is I sweated all out in about 6 minutes outside.
Yeah, that's also I'm just gonna go walk around for 2 hours. I'm probably already at 12,000 steps.
Hell yeah. So that was kind of what our day was like yesterday.
It was great. Great
It was
day.
a long
Great
day,
off
but a
day.
great
We went
day.
down to Miami and recorded O&E in that
Oh,
cool
that was
studio.
cool.
Sat in the same chair Sexy Red did.
And Big
Mm.
Boss Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And Ochocinco.
Hell yeah.
And who's the basketball player? Mike Miller.
Those guys in there were really cool too. They were very
Yeah,
nice.
We met some good people down here.
Yeah, they're really
We've
great.
also met a ton of great Oilers fans down here too. Like
Tons.
people like the guy from Jacksonville who came up to us and was like, "I watch all your guys' stuff. I'm born and raised in Jacksonville. I just love the Oilers." I met a guy from Boston. I met a guy in line from Edmonton who was great to me before he even knew he's a podcast listener, so he didn't know what I looked like. And we talked to each other for like a good chunk of time, and then he was like, "Oh, what's your name?" I'm like, "Tyler," and then he was like, "Okay, I think I recognize you. What's your last name?" And I was like, "Yaremchuk." He's like, "No way, that's awesome." So we met so many cool people down here.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I was on a call on my long walk today, and then a guy, an Oilers fan, just came up to me. He's like, "Oh," I'm on the phone. He's like, "Oilers Nation, we love you," and everyone on the call like, "What the hell's going on?" I'm like, "Don't worry, playoffs, let's go."
It's playoffs. All right, let's wrap up this show with a little bit of talk for our friends at Bet365, where you can sign up today using the promo code Oily Bonus. We are the Oily Boys. We have an Oily bonus for you with Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, the largest global leader. They do it all. Large range of markets. Bet365.
What's our squad bet for the single game parlay?
Exactly what I was getting to. We didn't hit last game, but that is okay. What do we want to do tonight for the squad bet? Let's piece this bad boy together. We got money line, and then we got each of us, the four of us, because Liam is technically in the room right now, giving our individual legs for the bet.
I'm going to do a Henrique Point, getting elevated to the top 6. I think he's going to make some magic. He's a smart player. He's going to play with Leon, and I think he's going to have a good look.
I am going to build off that with something that could happen on the same play then, and it's going to be a Leon Draisaitl goal. Maybe a Henrique to Draisaitl kind of moment here for the Oilers, but I'm going to build on a Henrique point with a Draisaitl goal to go with Oilers money line. That's 3 of the 5 legs down, Jay.
I feel like chasing the juice.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Janmark goal.
Oh, you're going to do this to us.
Lehman's just shaking his head at you.
Liam, what's your leg?
You're gonna thank me later.
Bouchard Point.
Money line, Henrique point, Draisaitl goal, Janmark goal, Bouchard point.
It's gonna be juicy.
It will be juicy.
Oh, it's my early
The
estimate.
janitor loves the Everglades.
We haven't punched it in yet. My guess is going to be 40-1.
It's going to be a big night when it hits.
Let's hope it does. Let's hope the oil come through here. What's your guys' confidence level at tonight?
Well, job's not done. I'm nervous AF, but I'm an 8.
Is that your real life number or your confidence number?
Well, if they win, I'm a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Also, breaking news from the Oilers room. Connor McDavid's wearing the same suit again.
It's okay.
You only brought one. I get it.
Actually, I could say, hey, maybe that was his mindset because we know he's superstitious, right?
Yeah.
And he's been wearing the same suit ever since they won game 4.
He's got a good
Dallas.
record.
And maybe that was part of his mindset was like, well, no, if I pack another suit,
I'm admitting defeat.
maybe George Mumford was like, Connor. And if you haven't read Frank's story at dailyfaceoff.com about George Mumford, everything he's done for this Oilers team, you absolutely should. But maybe George Mumford was like, Connor, you only pack the winning suit.
That's right.
And now Connor's sitting there being like, all right, keep it
You
rolling.
never doubt. Never a doubt.
I feel confident because George Mumford is going to have the boys focused and dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
I also think the boys themselves will be focused and dialed in. I think
Just that
Connor,
extra half turn.
everyone got a taste now of what the final is going to look and feel like, and now they can build off of that. There's some things that the Panthers do that the Stars didn't, and they'll make some adjustments. They had a goalie who was a brick wall, but there's also, we only had 2 shots, I guess, that we shot high on all the 30+ shots that we had. So there's some adjustments there. So I think, now they know what to expect. So now they can just go back to being themselves.
Well, let's hope we are in for a good night tonight. Once again, Oilers Nation's coverage of the final is brought to you by Fountain Tire. You can check them out online at fountaintire.com, and they do more than just tires as well. Excited to have them on board for all of our final coverage. Offer a wide range of auto repair services from their expert mechanics. Once again, that address, fountaintire.com. Gonna get out of here now, get a bite to eat.
Let's go crush some food, and then I'm gonna have like the nerves of just getting near the game, just being near amongst
4.5
fellow
hours
citizens.
from puck drop as it sits right now.
Yeah, we got lots of time,
The cantina is calling.
but the cantina needs to be hit.
I think I didn't do my part by eating enough tacos ahead of game 1.
Well, and we didn't have any yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're eating for 2.
And I made the mistake of I went double meat in one. I should just got a third taco.
I'm that's more my play too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
All right.
I'll just like the Oilers, making some adjustments.
All right. It's a tight edition of the pod because we still got some running around to do down here
And we're getting
in
kicked out of this room.
Florida, and we are getting kicked out of the studio we are in.
So our
So
4th studio in 3 days.
yeah, it's been a little bit all over the place. I've done them now in a random little like suite. I've done them technically in an apartment. I've done a show in the arena from the hotel room.
On
Been
the
a lot
beach.
going on from the beach. All right, that is a wrap on today's show. Thanks everybody for tuning in once again, and we will be back with a full edition of the pod on Thursday.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.